In the first chapter of his magnum opus, Public Opinion, 1922, the journalist and public intellectual Walter Lippmann makes this statement about the role of a free and independent press in the United States of America. I argue that representative government, either in what is ordinarily called politics or in industry, cannot be worked successfully, no matter what the basis of election, unless there is an independent, expert organization for making the unseen facts intelligible to those who have to make the decisions. The newspapers are regarded by Democrats as a panacea for their own defects, whereas analysis of the nature of news and of the economic basis of journalism seems to show that the newspapers necessarily and inevitably reflect, and therefore in greater or lesser measure intensify, the defective organization of public opinion. My conclusion is that public opinions must be organized for the press if they are to be sound, not by the press, as is the case today. Given the time and place of publication, Lippmann's sentiments were hardly extraordinary. His book appeared the same year as Sinclair Lewis's resentful excoriation of middle-class America, Babbitt, in the direct aftermath of World War I, and, more importantly, of the presidency of Woodrow Wilson, who was greatly influenced by Lippmann. Indeed, the journalist briefly held a position in the Wilson administration in 1917, as an assistant to the Secretary of War, Newton D. Baker. Lippmann's real calling, however, was as a member of the press. He was one of the founders of the New Republic magazine, a lead writer for, and later editor of, the partisan Democratic New York World, and in 1931, the editor of the moderate Republican New York Herald Tribune, and a syndicated columnist, a column which he wrote until 1967. He died in 1974 at the age of 85. Throughout his long life, he moved from socialism to big government save-the-world republicanism, which, given the signal events of his lifetime, his Reformed Jewish upbringing on Manhattan's Tony Upper East Side, and his Harvard education, is hardly surprising.